Testing. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. MrRoflWaffles here. Today, we are streaming the Black Ops 4 DLC 2, kinda. Operation Grand Heist. New Zombies map coming kinda soon. Stream that TREYARCH is going to be doing. Their stream is starting very soon, and we're going to be doing a live reaction to it. As their stream basically transpires, we're going to be giving our live reactions. I'm going to be giving you guys my take on all of the new info that they're going to be dropping, because they've announced the new Zombies map, and we're going to be doing a bit of breakdown today. They've announced it, but they've announced it really weirdly. They've announced it in a way that it's just a bit strange. I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. It's a bit weird, so I'm locked and loaded with my mug with the dog on it, where the dog goes around the whole mug. Got some water in there. I've got a freshly toasted bagel, so I'm ready to go. Hopefully you guys are ready to go as well. I'm gonna have some gameplay up while we do this. Richmond Special Order. Can you imagine caring about that in 2019? Let's go over here. Also, my face cam's in a weird place right now because I was playing Anthem. So I can sort that out in a second. How are you all doing in the chat, though? Are you doing well? If you're not doing well, why not? Why not? All right? Chungus Fungus, here we all are. Let's get it. Where's the pink hat? Right here. There's the pink hat. There is the pink hat. All right, so I want to see everyone saying in the chat, after 3 seconds, I want you to say your favorite food. And I'm going to rate your favorite foods, okay? Now, you better not embarrass yourself here. You better not embarrass yourself with some silly favorite food that ain't nobody liking. You better not embarrass yourself. You don't want to do that. Don't do it to yourself. Your favorite food in the chat. Let's get it. Hope you guys are all ready, locked, loaded, and excited for the stream today. We already have some donations coming through as well. Look at that. Right on schedule. Aggressive Duck. In before Nuketown drops. Kiss, kiss. Thank you for the $2 donation. Cheers to you with the doggo.
Hi, guys.
Finn. Thank you. Love your vids and greets from Germany. Hello, Finn. How you doing, lad? What up, brother? Yeah, let me also... Am I centered right now? If I'm, like, over here, this needs to be a bit more like this way a little bit. It's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, let's get rid of this thing. I've just showered, so my hair is still, like, a little bit wet. Let's see if I can... Hold on. Let's see what I can do with my hair here. I look like a turnip, dude. I actually look like a turnip. Okay.
Hi, guys.
The nicest one. Yo, what up, dude? Haven't seen you in a little while. BO4 Misty over Black Ops 2 Misty. Dude, BO4 Misty looks weird. BO4 Misty looks really weird. And then TrevCon with a 5 as well.
Hi,
Thank you. Snorlax with a 2. I still didn't cry. I still cry they didn't put the beautiful blade. Yeah, I agree. The bridge should have been in blood. That would have been cool. Let's see what the chat's saying about the favorite foods, all right?
Hi, guys.
All right. Rainbow Raider goes with my favorite food is pizza. Pizza is like a... That's a very tame favorite food, right? That's very tame. Like, pizza is about as sort of generic a favorite food as you could go for. So, like, I don't hate it, but at the same time, could have been a bit more exciting. Oh, yeah, isn't funny, says Super Mega Boy Milk. Now, milk is a favorite food. I don't know about that one, Chief. Chief, I don't know. Oh, wait. No, this is copyright. Let's go. Let's talk over the cutscene real quick. It drives me insane that this thing gets copyright claimed every single freaking time, dude. Every time. We're getting so many donations right now. This is actually nuts, dude. Oh my god, there's so many. I can't even read them all. What the hell? Rigged Fanaholic, you agree? She looks so different. I know, right? Misty looks so different. Like, I'll pull her up on screen in a sec. Misty looks completely different now. I mentioned your birthday in your last video. Hell yeah, Fusion. Happy birthday to you for whenever your birthday is, man. Happy birthday to you for whenever that might be. Was that like March 28th? That's my guess. I think I said that in my video. What else are people saying? Yo, go easy, Chief. Go easy. Scarecrow in the chat's like, yeah, my favorite food is the flesh. Cheers. You're nuts. You're nuts. My favorite food is Burger King foot lettuce. Okay, okay. Dearie me. I should never have asked, man. I should never have asked. Misty looks so different, man. Your favorite food is chicken Alfredo. Okay.
Hi,
Misty is life. Misty is love. Okay. Chicken fajitas. Okay. Now we're talking, lads. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. All right, guys, by the way, if you haven't done it already, drop a like on the stream. Let's get some likes on the stream. Thumbs up, all right? And I need to move the lad. What? Where's the lad?
Starting to recognize how it is part of a much larger
There.
war.
Is that okay?
One my conscience tells me I may be destined to
That looks like that's okay.
Hi, guys.
How's that for now? That should do the trick for now, I think. Oh, that's a zombie. Oh, boy. Okay, so let me, okay, stream. Yeah, let's get some likes on the stream. Let's do some thumbs up real quick. And then the other one thing I wanted to ask is waffles or pancakes, lads? Don't give me a wrong answer here. There's only one correct answer. There's only one. All right, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Don't mess up. Waffles or pancakes? What's it gonna be?
Hi, guys.
Right? While you guys answer, I am going to scream my way through these donations because there's so many, all right? Jacob says ramen. Yes, Jacob, I rate it. Hell yeah. Ramen is so good. Jaden donated. Thank you, Jaden. Cherry, you're the man. Thank you, Cherry. Grace Sinatra said we need the ether map. I agree. Elite says love your content. Thank you so much for the £20 donation. Elite Snipers RF. Big lad. Thank you. Plasma donated. I love you, man. Been watching you forever. Cheers. Thank you, Plasma.
I will show you a performance.
Dame as a jar. Corbett, what a name. Love your videos, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Banana Sloth.
And I will.
This guy is just screaming over me, bro. Banana Sloth for the 5. Picture on Twitter shows the Chaos Crew in Greece. Yep, I saw it. I posted a video on it already. Soul Coaster with a 1. Thank you. Gaff with a 2. Big up Bristol gang. Hell yeah. Sasuke. Hey, what up, Sasuke? It's been a little while. How you been? Sup, NASCAR? What up? Check Twitter DMs. I can't do that right now, bro. Sorry. Too much going on right now, brother. Diegos, what's up? Ooh, that sounded like a big dono. Sounded like that might have been a chonky boy. Let's get to that in a moment. Iogo says thin crust pizza. Ooh, nice. Okay. My favorite drink is banana colada, says Tom. Oh dear. Skembrosa donated. Thank you.
935. Yeah, doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
The security fees are so much long.
Yeah, doctor.
What on earth is going on down there?
Yeah, doctor. Okay. So we had. Oh my god.
Welcome to the Waffle Brigade.
So many no-nos, dude. Pancakes are better. Are they now? Are they now? Are they now? I'm going to hunt you down. 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. We are nearly there. We're nearly there. All right. Skembrosa donated. Thank you, Skembrosa. Zachary as well with a 5. Thank you, Zachary. Quinton said, pizza's a perfect food. Can't stress it enough. I disagree. I'm not actually a huge pizza fan, but you do you, brother. Elite Snipers with that 20. Oh, wait, another 20. Use this money to buy as many waffles as you can. I wonder how many waffles you can get with £20. Probably like 40?
Hi, guys.
Do you reckon that's around the right kind of price for the waffles if you're buying them in bulk? I don't know. Internal Night with a 935. Have you ever used pineapple on your pizza? Yeah, no, none of that, mate. None of that. None of that. Can't be having that. Pineapple on pizza, chat. Pineapple on pizza. What are you saying? Yes or no? Do we do it? Do we like it or do we not like it? Anthony with a 2. Lex's pepperoni pizza. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Lex has eaten some good pepperoni pizza in his time. But should it have pineapple on it? That is the question. Z-Boys Production says my favorite food is breaded shrimp. Oh, hell yeah. That's damn good stuff. Base Turtle says love the videos. Thank you. Skater Dude with a 2 says I love me a nice pancake. JK Waffles all the way. And then Michael says chicken parmesan for the win. Yo, I've got to agree there, man. Chicken parm, pretty good. Chicken parm. Jacob with a 115. Thank you, Jacob. What a lad. Yes, lads. So, some news, okay? Some news. The next Zombies map is not releasing tomorrow. It's releasing in March. We got a roadmap. That's actually a good thing. That's not a facepalm. But The roadmap doesn't tell us when in March the zombies map's coming out. So it could be the end of March or the beginning. Don't know. Pineapple on pizza? You're crazy, Jason. You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy, mate. You can't be putting pineapple on pizza. Illegal move, bro. Illegal move.
Hi, guys.
Absolute illegal move.
I hate them all.
Let's honk some zombies real quick. Honk. Let's see what people are saying. Major Beast says, TREYARCH posted a roadmap with zombies. Yep, I've posted a whole video on it already. It's on my channel, bro. It's literally already on my channel. Mike says, can you look at the span of my gun? The span of my game? Huh?
Hi, guys.
The span of my game? I don't know what you mean. Sorry, mate. Sorry, bro. Mr. Caliber says, chicken and waffles is the way to go. Shout me out. Absolutely, because chicken and waffles is banging. I've only had it once, but it was incredible. I loved it. Trevcon says, I love waffles with the 10. Thank you so much, Trevcon. Big dono there. Thank you, mate.
Hi, guys.
We also had Psycho Moon become a member. We had another member as well. Where were they? They got lost amongst this insane train of donations we've got going here. I legitimately can't find it. Maybe it was Eric Tatchell. Or maybe it was someone else. I don't know. Either way, huge donos. Thank you, guys. Mike says, can you look... I don't know. The span.
Hi, guys.
Sure, NASCAR. That sounds fine. Tap and Snap 976. Are we doing a World War II series? Wait, what? World War II? Huh? Huh? What are you talking about? World War II? Well, like, this is Black Ops 4, Chief. This is Black Ops 4. All right, Quinton in chat says, as an Italian boy... Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I couldn't read the whole thing. As an Italian boy, I'm duty-bound to defend pizza to the death.
Hi, guys.
But agree ramen is also perfection. Dude, ramen is so good. It's so good. I've got a ramen cookbook, and it's got, like, ways to home-make ramen in it, and I need to get on that ASAP. I need to do it, man. It's starting. Yo, Chief. Get the popcorn emojis in the chat, lads. Treyarch are live. Where are they live? CallOfDuty.com. Call of Duty. YouTube.com/Call of Duty.
Do some hype. Welcome to the Waffle Brigade. Hope you enjoy this sweet serenade. Oh yeah.
Welcome, Meepo, and thank you, Juggernaugher. Where are Treyarch live? Where are they live? Are they live on Twitch?
Hi, guys.
Any food left after Brexit? Yep, dude, absolutely. 100%. Mike says, Spawn! In the top left of Spawn. Oh, I think that's been solved, Mike. I think that's been solved. I think.
Welcome to the Waffle Brigade. Hope you enjoy this sweet serenade.
Welcome, Skoko.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's this stream at? Oh, youtube.com/Treyarch. Popcorn in the chat.
Hi, guys.
Popcorn. Guys, let's also, while you're here, drop some likes on the stream. Let's get the thumbs up going right now. Let's try and all do the thumbs up at the exact moment the stream starts, okay? So you can like the stream now, that's fine. But if you haven't liked it yet,
hi, guys.
The second they go live, we're going to all be hitting that like button, okay? The second they go live. Let me pull this up on screen for you guys. Let me think of the best way to do this. I think the best way is probably going to be if I change my display. If I change my display to...
Hi, guys.
Extend. Has that worked? Has that worked? That's the question.
Hi, guys.
Yes, keep changes. Okay. I'll get to those donos in a sec, lads. Don't you worry. So that's there. Then I can put everything on that side. I can put the chat there. I can put that.
Hi, guys.
There. Oh, no, there. Good. All right. Yep. Progress. And then if I go like this, and I think I might already have a way of showing it to you. Maybe. One of these? Is it one of those? No, I guess not. Okay, so window capture. We're going to go with Chrome, YouTube, and it's called That Live Stream. Does that work? Can you see that? You can't. All right. Let's fix that then. Let's fix that by doing this. Let's delete that, and let's go add. And it's going to be a display, I think.
Hi, guys.
And it's going to be... Which one? Which one is the right one? New source. Oh, it'll only let me capture that screen. Oh, that's weird. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, God, it's stuck. Okay. If I do that and then I put this over here... It's a bit of a scuffed way of doing it. We're just going the opposite way of how I thought it was going to go. Let's put that there. Okay, you can see that, right? Can you see it when it's full screen? Yes! Hello, lads! Okay. Banging. Progress being made. Progress being made. And then... What was the other thing? Oh, chat! Where's chat gone? I've lost my chat! There we go. Come here. Come here. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. All right. All right. We're ready to go, lads. I don't know why my home screen is still there. It's meant to be full screen. Oh, there we go. All right, let's refresh the page.
Hi, guys.
Full screen it. If I like click here, is it going to bring up the bar? No, that's fine. Okay, sick. Sick, 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 sick. So now I'm going to just quickly do that. Okay, I think we're in a pretty good spot.
Do some hype. Welcome to the Waffle Brigade. Hope you enjoy this
I'm gonna
sweet
eat a bit of my bagel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bagels are so good, dude. Bagels are so good. Smash like if you like bagels. Subscribe if you like bagels, dude. Hell yeah, man. Where's my mouse? No. Dylan, in the chat, says there was a flash of zombies at the end showing the map is in England. Sorry, Chief, that is false. I broke down the trailer. I've already posted a video. It's just Blood of the Dead. It's not England. There's no England there, dude. Sorry. Unless we watch different trailers, it ain't in England, Chief. Skoko is already subscribed. Dang it! Man, I love bagels so much. Yeah, that is Zombies music, that's true. It's Alice's theme. Good point. Zombies music. Bagel! Oh! It's so good! Look at this chunky boy! Look at this chunky boy! The best. The best. Right.
Hi, guys.
Here's the plan. I'm gonna eat this bagel in the next 60 seconds. I'm gonna read some donos and then the stream's gonna start, alright? We speed running, baby.
Hi, guys.
Tim donated and said bagels. I agree, Tim.
Hi, guys.
Chip donated and said, can we get some Fs in the chat for Black Ops 4 Zombies? Guys, it's up to you. Unfair said cheers. Cheers. Nipo donated, thank you. Mason donated, became a member even. Thank you, bro. No problem, NASCAR. Appreciate the donations, man. Tap said I wanted to revisit World War II Zombies. I think I already did that, didn't I? I don't remember. Yeah, I already did that. Blake's out here talking about Takeo Masaki and the Great Waffle Warrior. Hell yeah, dude.
Hi, guys.
God damn it! The bagel has beaten me! I can't eat it fast enough! 10 seconds!
Hi, guys.
Ah. Oh, it's just the track intro. Now then. I warn you. TREYARCH streams always have crap audio. It's not my fault. I'll try and make it better, but this is probably going to be sounding really quiet at the beginning, okay? Probably. Here we go. Alright. We've seen this trailer, that's
Hi,
fine.
guys.
Oh. Alright. I got through the bagel, let me get through those last couple of donations. So there was Blake, Urban Legend with the 2 saying chicken and rice. Chicken and rice is pretty damn great. TrevCon says, ain't coming till March. What the hell? Yep, I know, man. It's pretty damn weird. Have I read the Trout blog post? Not yet, but I have posted a video on basically everything in there, E-Dog. It's already on my channel. Feel free to check it out, brother. Thank you for the link. I appreciate that. You were telling me to go back to the dono as well, so yeah, I appreciate that for sure. And we had Skoko and we caught up. Cool. Balthazar became a member. Welcome. Unique number 1 said, can you please say hi, Salim? Oh, hi, Salim. MrRoflWaffles here. There you go, brother. No worries, man. By the way, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Keep killing it and following them. Keep it up. Spicy Four says, favorite anime, Milo? No anime. You think I'm a weeb? You think I'm a weeb? You know, My Hero Academia, dude. I'm kidding. I don't even know if that's an anime. I think that's an anime. I'm pretty sure.
Damn straight.
Dude, chat is still arguing about pineapple on pizza. I'm proud, dude. I'm proud of the chat right now. That's my chat right there. That's my chat right there. Mwah. Yo, that bagel took it out of me, bro. I'm dying, dude. I'm dying. So yeah, I'm gonna need to. I'm about to need to turn up the volume because TREYARCH's volume is always so low, dude. It's always so low. What's wrong with Weeb? Nothing, dude. It's Choco. Oh, Choco. Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Raffis, and
It's
welcome
quiet.
to TREYARCH on this gorgeous President's Day. What you just saw was the new trailer for Operation 3 Grand Heist. Kicks off tomorrow first on PlayStation.
How's the
4.
volume, stream?
And to discuss all of that and more, I'm
Give me
here
a
with
thumbs up or a thumbs down.
the original Motley crew. Dan Bunting, Tony Flame, Matt Schranz. We're going to dive into all things coming during this operation. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
No. Dial it back down from an 11. All right.
Monday morning.
It
You're
is.
asking a lot of us
It
right
is
now.
Monday. It is Monday. All right.
Where's
Dan,
Jason?
Want to kind of kick things off with you, if you could. Last day of Operation 2, heading into Operation 3 Grand Heist tomorrow. Shapes and colors. Tell us.
Shapes and colors, dude.
Structure. Tell us what is
Louder?
and
Would
how
love
the team's
to.
been working on it.
So as you said, today is the last day of season 2. So get out there and finish that season out.
How's the volume, lads?
Tomorrow it all kicks off with Operation 3 Grand Heist. And this is our biggest operation yet. This is something that the team has been working on really hard for the last few months to bring this to the fans.
Turn my
It
mic
is
down.
The beginning
Really?
of the season tomorrow. that means that there is a ton of content and events planned throughout the season. So I want to make sure that
Just don't
our
yell,
fans
okay.
know that this is this is the kickoff, this is the beginning. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the trailer that we just watched is going to be available from day one. Some of it's going to come throughout the season. Some of it's going to come a little bit later. Some of it's going to come every week. So we have a lot of exciting action planned across multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies.
Well,
I've turned down my mic. Is this better,
anybody
guys?
that wants to sort of take a little bit of a deeper dive, we just released a blog post that has a roadmap for the operation.
Correct, yes.
So you get a bit of a feel for sort of generally what is coming.
People saying turn my mic down. I already
but
did.
Also get a good
Does it
feel
need to
for
be
the
lower?
fact that we've got spring, summer, fall operations planned.
That's right. 6 operations planned throughout the year, and those are up on the blog post as you mentioned. Of course, this week is when it all kicks off. So I want to kind of walk our fans through the series of events that are going to happen
How
this
about
week.
now?
Tomorrow.
How's that volume
is a
for
big
my
update.
voice now?
Of course, for multiplayer, the big thing that you're going to notice right off the bat is Outrider's coming. Outrider is a fan favorite specialist from Black Ops 3. I think a lot of people have been
Is this
asking
good
for
now,
Outrider,
guys?
to make her return in this game. We have done some overhauls to her mechanics. Of course, the Sparrow is a favorite. That's like one of the most rewarding weapons that we've probably ever released in a game.
So this is the roadmap,
We made it
okay?
even better this time around. One of the
This
big
is the roadmap.
changes
Now
you're going to
look.
notice with the Sparrow is that it performs just as good when firing from the hip as it does when ADS. The benefit that ADS gets you is you get to get zoomed in for longer range combat. But that just makes it feel like it's just much more satisfying, rewarding, and more flexible. You can use in all different situations. Her Hawk is the new piece of equipment that she has, and that's a little mini drone. So Hawk and Sparrow are her 2 items. The Hawk you can fly, park it in a location, and it will automatically tag any enemies that walk through that camera's field of view from wherever you've left it parked.
We also see the return of party games.
That's right, one in the chamber, first one tomorrow, which I'm sure Matt will go into
Wait,
in
they took the
a little bit
roadmap
more
away.
detail. That's one of our favorite modes from Black Ops 1, and when we did the party games back then and kicked that off. It's a very different way to play. It's kind of like a mix between slower and tactical and fast-paced sometimes and chaotic.
Okay.
It gets pretty crazy, those tense moments when you're one-on-one with somebody who you don't know if they have a pistol, if they have a bullet or not in their chamber. And then, of course, there's a series of others that are planned throughout the season, which you can find on the blog. And yeah, it's really exciting. That's going to kick off tomorrow.
Well, while we've still got plenty to talk about in the Operation 3 front, there's still a pretty large tuning pass for tomorrow as well, which we want to get into. Now, just to kind of, what are we forgetting? It's like we've got a couple new weapons coming tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we've got some new weapons coming. We've got the Rampage full auto shotgun, which is a lot of fun. We haven't had a full auto shotgun in this game yet, so been play testing it. This is always a tough weapon to get right, but it's so satisfying to use, and we think it's in a great spot for the balance. So we're really excited to get that in players' hands. It's got its own unique set of attachments, just like all the other guns. So it indexes a little bit more on handling actually, and it's got more of a traditional pellet mechanic where you want to get more pellets on target in order to maximize damage. So your accuracy is actually going to come into effect more than with some of the other shotguns we have.
And then there's the Switchblade.
Yeah, we got the Switchblade, which is a really fun SMG. It actually folds into kind of like a briefcase sort of shape and back again, so it fits in with the heist theme. It's because of its folding nature, modular nature, it's more of a lightweight SMG, so it's very fast handling, fast to reload. It fits in actually to some of the balance changes we've done to make sure that that it has a little bit of room for it. There's room to get some of the other guns to focus on their core strengths and makes more room for the new Switchblade. So it's going to have its own place within the SMG class that's getting a balance pass as part of this operation as well.
So especially whenever you get into map locations like casino and sort of fitting the theme of Grand Heist, we've got a new melee weapon as well that fits right into the mix.
That's right. Grab
guys.
the cash, grab the money bag, and then smack players in the face with it. There's a money bag melee weapon, so we're just thinking of ways to have fun with the operation. New melee weapons, and that is the new melee weapon. It's a bag of cash. Smack people with it. A couple coins might fall out. So it's a lot of fun just to run around the map with that thing.
I thought Jason was going to be on the
Operation,
stream.
maybe we could live stream that creative brainstorm, sort of like how,
You don't want to see that.
Yes.
how we get to that one. Anything else that
Hi,
we want to
guys.
cover on the multiplayer front before we dive into tuning pass stuff?
Jamie, thank you, bro.
Well, one thing we kind of breezed over, but there's 2 brand new maps that are coming with this operation to multiplayer. One is called Lockup. The other one is called Casino. And Lockup
I'm trying not
is
to talk
set
over
in
them,
an
but, like,
LAPD kind of police headquarters that's been assaulted. The bad guys are trying to steal the evidence in one of their cases against them, is the fiction behind it. And then, of course, Casino is, as its name would imply, is a casino based in...
Just explain that
just
to me.
right on the
okay.
nose.
Right on. Okay, got it.
And
Reading
it's
into it.
based in Monaco, so it's kind of got that European flair, very ornate, very opulent kind of old world sort of casino building.
Yeah,
with,
I guess they'll have a
Formula
zombies part.
One racing happening all around it. So it's pretty awesome. These two maps are very different. If you look at the difference between the two, Lockup really is about verticality, rooftops, fighting high-low, up and down, through some winding passageways.
Well, we're going to jump in with Miles here pretty soon.
Okay. He's giving you the overview.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes.
So one more thing, just I don't know if we made the point or not, but the operation is going to be going on for like
Couple months, yeah.
Couple months.
It's going to be going through March and into
Couple
April
months?
as well.
So what that means for us is there's going to be more things coming throughout the operation, right? There's a lot of stuff dropping right here at the start, and then of course we've got more. We can't say what those things are or whatever, but just
I'm sure we'll have plenty of teasers
There's
along
a
the way.
lot coming.
Zoe, welcome.
All right. Well, then let's jump into tuning pass stuff. So, in addition to Operation 3, there's plenty of updates planned for tomorrow. We will have some stuff to talk about a little bit later on the Blackout front with multiplayer. What's in store?
Well, so we put the balance changes that we're doing out actually on Friday. So they're out there. Some people may have seen them, you may not. So you can check out the Reddit blog post to see that. And of course, we'll go over at a higher level here rather than going through every single change. But really, the way we've actually, for weapon balance, from how we look at it in the analytics and data, it's actually the best it's been in a game at this time in the past few months. So we've been a little bit hands-off, but at the same time, we want to freshen the game up. We want to address the issues that the community has been talking about and experiencing. And really, this game, we're taking more of an approach of community-focused, more focus on the community feedback than just
welcome to the Waffle Brigade.
So we want to hear what people
enjoy
have to say.
the
We want
sweet
to hear
serenade.
what their take on the various issues of the game are. And that's been actually really successful, and it's been great to get all the feedback.
Dang, that was loud.
So we're reaching out a lot, and so that helped inform on kind of not just like what we do exactly, how we do it, or just getting extra opinions on this pass.
Has the community of fans had much feedback?
Yeah, well, it's great. It's more data really, like every single. But we get to read it individually, and kind of there's sometimes a little bit of detail that's hidden can actually be a gem of insight. You never know where it might come from. So one thing that we heard a lot of, number one, was the Titan. That was the number one piece of feedback.
Titanfall is overpowered.
A lot of people love using the Titan, but it's as far as our whole player base goes,
It's just overpowered.
there's people aren't quite happy with where it's at right now. So we're going to make some adjustments to that, bring the Titan kind of where players' expectation is for it, and we're doing that by a couple different ways. Really, it's about making it feel fair in a heads-up gunfight, so you feel like you have a good chance against it. And also, some players have, we've had the issue of it taking down score streaks a little too quickly, so we're taking down its ability to do that a little bit. Still going to be strong. We want to keep the core feel of it. That's important of it, right?
Absolutely.
That the guns still feel powerful. So the Titan was kind of the first one from the community perspective, and it matched up what we were seeing. So that was an easy one to knock out.
If I'm not mistaken, there were a couple, and this kind of gets us into sort of the competitive feature set. There were a couple updates made to weapons that sort of, we wanted to make sure that we got out in front of this week's CWL action as well. And it's probably worth mentioning as we kind of head into these updates that, League Play goes live on Thursday.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, League Play's going live.
League
So
Play.
SOG9, what else is?
So I mean, this will affect. Now talking about assault rifles and SMGs kind of as a class, right?
Yeah.
Because it all kind of ties in together.
I
That's
think they're
going
going to do a section with Jason in like 10 minutes or like
between those two
maybe
classes.
like 5 minutes.
So we really wanted to get the balance right within those classes. We
I
like
think that's
how
what
many,
they're gonna do.
There's about 4 to 3 or so ARs to SMGs. We like that balance. That feels good for players. But
He's
within
coming,
the class,
He's coming.
we're seeing like too many Spitfires, right, or too many SOGs. And then on the AR side, maybe too many Maddoxes. And when we also see that mirrored in the public match and the competitive play, that's when it's a sign that there might be a problem there. We feel like we're really getting it right when the pros are using different guns than are popular in pubs, because that means those are the skill-based guns. So that's where we like to be, ideally. And we see that with some guns, like the ICR, for example, is really popular with the pros. So when it comes to that, we took that pass to balance across those classes. And there was an opportunity there as well to address some feedback that was coming straight from the pros. specifically on the SOG. So the pros are so good that they can notice when the speed gets a little bit too fast for when it starts to mess with their gun mechanics. And the SOG was actually having that issue with its base movement speed, with its stock movement speed, and we're getting direct feedback. So there's a whole loop of things that the pros know more about there. And we wanted to address that. So we took down the speeds of the SOG down to a reasonable amount for an SMG. Actually, as a gun, it was faster than all the other SMGs. Which
More
was
time talking about the SOG than the
It
zombies
doesn't need
map,
that
dude.
in order to be good. So we're going to bring that back down. That's also going to help with the overall pacing of the game for competitive and pubs. So that's really mainly the SOG was mainly about its speed. Other than that, it's going to play very much the same. So when we take the SOG down a little bit, we have to think about the next gun that all the pros and players have been gravitating towards, which is the Maddox. That gun's kind of been sucking players in towards it over time. We're seeing more and more players move towards it. So in order to stem that off, make sure that it doesn't become a one-gun meta in the pro or the public scene, we want to take the Maddox down a little bit and as well elevate some of the other assault rifles. So hopefully what we see is some better pacing, getting that tighter gunplay across the board, and then more guns that are going to be relevant in competitive and public.
All right. We've got Miles in a pre-recorded segment kind of walking us through Casino and Lockup in greater detail. Before we kick it off to Miles, is there anything else that you guys wanted to cover, particularly on the MP front?
I mean, I can touch on the just kind of additional tuning with
guys.
score streaks.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say that Tony's FMJ2 was preventing devastating score streaks, but we came to an agreement.
Tony
it's a good point.
is great.
Tony, Kevin,
What up, JC?
and myself kind of looked at very specific. What is FMJ2 doing to certain vehicles? So we've increased some vehicle health, like the strafe run, for example. On the strafe run again, it still wasn't quite hitting our targets. So we're doing a big buff pass more than anything for the score streaks. We made the cost adjustments earlier in the year, I believe it was. So we're still just fine-tuning the score streaks, and I think a big one for the score streaks that I've seen some positive feedback on was that score streak kills in modes with friendly fire, hardcore, your Pro Series mosh pit. Those won't actually contribute towards the team kill kick limit. There's a lot of times that you're afraid to call in a strafe run in hardcore because
That's what I'm here for, Chief.
Kicked. So we're that's one of those times where we've kind of held sacred to that, and you know what, we're gonna make a change there, and so you're not gonna get kicked with score streak kills after tomorrow. There may be some additional punishments needed there if it becomes a problem, but we're gonna put that out and see how that goes. So overall, just a few buffs here and there for score streaks. So I'm hoping that's gonna be good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Then on the specialist side as well, we got a few changes coming in. Consistent feedback we've been getting, things we've been feeling here in the studio. Some of the specialist abilities that are getting more and more play, that there's not enough counterplay there. So we're focusing on making sure that you can counter the abilities that are frustrating you. So 9-bang, we got a couple new ways to fight against that. You can change stances, you can see a little bit better through it. You won't put the tactical mask is going to be more effective counter. The seeker drone, getting very popular. That's gonna if you shoot that thing with a shot, you're gonna be able to take it out. Thing's small enough, it should go down to a bullet. That's how we felt in play testing, so it feels like there is a proper counter. So that's one of the changes too. And of course we have Outrider coming in, who's really gonna mix up the whole specialist meta. So we got to see how she comes in, where the cards fall. She's just been a lot of fun to develop. She's kind of actually been easy to develop because she's just been really fun right out of the gate. We just make tweaks and everyone's been enjoying playing with her. And I think the secret to that is that not only is the Sparrow super satisfying to use, it's got a scope on it now. You can use it at a long range, you get that zoom. And it's just overall more polished and smooth than it's been before. But her Hawk drone is so satisfying to use. You really get a different gameplay flow and pace to throw out your drone, fly it around, pilot it to just wherever you want, which based on the game mode or the map or your play style, you can use it differently depending on any of those. And not only that, but you put it there, and now the enemies actually have a really interesting way to interact with that. It's super satisfying to see an Outrider flying her camera around and you shoot it out of the sky, right? So there's some good back and forth there. She's fun to play. She's also just as fun to fight against.
Cool. All right. Again, just to kind of reiterate, we've got the blog post for Operation 3 that has gone live this morning on TREYARCH.com. You can find it there with the roadmap for the entire operation. We Unfortunately, our producer Miles Leslie was not able to join us today, but we did have a chance to catch up with him the other day, and we were able to tape a segment for him to talk us through Casino and Lockup, the two multiplayer maps that you'll get with Operation 3 and the Black Ops Pass. And with that, we'll throw it back over to Miles. Miles, thank you for joining us today. Really
Milo!
appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us about the multiplayer maps coming in
Cheers,
Operation
Milo.
3. As people watch this, it'll be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. High level, what's coming in Grand Heist?
There's a lot of content, so with the MP map specifically, we've got two brand new experiences that we're super excited to talk about with Lockup and then Casino, and then all of the, different weapons and the Warzone, the Blackout changes that we've got coming out. There's just a lot going on in the Grand Heist, and what we really try to do with the operations and Grand Heist and with, the previous Absolute Zero was really try to wrap it in something and give it some theming that we can try to attach to and really embellish and get the team kind of engaged in. And I think the two MP maps, specifically talking about those, really lean into that idea where it's the Grand Heist and we literally have a police station and a casino that is being robbed. So it feels like it fits perfectly.
Well, I mean, the team has always done a pretty amazing job with sort of the depth of the lore for their multiplayer maps. Give us the backstories on Lockup and Casino. What are we getting ourselves into?
Lots of things, lots of trouble. So we'll start with Lockup, which is really cool and different, is we've never done a police station. And it really started from this idea of, so we talk about verticality, and we've had verticality in maps, and even if you go to Elevation, which we just released previously, is where we really wanted to get high to low consistent fighting. Give you examples, we wanted a team to have to own a roof, right? We wanted to have to king of the hill. We've never kind of done that before. And this idea started to just kind of flow as hey, this police station could work where, bad guys have taken over, they've attacked the police station and they kind of owned the roof. And now it's about attacking the roof in lots of different ways. So the hook of that really is getting on the roof and the verticality to and from it. Switching to Casino, which is drastically different, is while there is some verticality, the main thing is that the entire center of the map is one continuous open space. So it feels super grand and epic. The map is fairly large overall, and the rooms are connected. So it feels very different because there's a lot of long range, but there's also ducking and weaving behind slot machines and roulette tables is really embellishing and using a lot of the things in the map.
Well, I know the team has, been really kind of exploring a lot of different types of gameplay, introducing some new game modes. To what extent have game modes really kind of inspired sort of design and the look and feel of some of these maps?
Yeah, it's interesting because we know objective gameplay is going to focus, right? And TDM is super popular. So we always start with TDM as just like general flow and engagements is without having to go anywhere, am I going to want to go find you? Am I going to want to go hunt you down? Or am I going to want to sit here? Is that okay? Is that not okay? So we start with TDM, as the base game mode, and then get the kind of foundation down, and then we'll start, start playing Dom, because then it's really going to anchor the middle, right, where that ends up, because not always it is in the middle. Side lanes, hardpoint, obviously, because you're going to get the entire map overall, and then you start peppering in all the rest, search and destroy, everything else. They really do influence it, and we really try to make the right changes per game mode, and that's come through. If we talk about Lockup, is we tried a lot of different Dom spots specifically, and it's in the middle, right? So you've got this roof basically, and there's these large windows, and you're looking down, and it can feel like a death pit, but there's a lot of ways to kind of get these guys out of the roof, and it feels like it's once you actually take the B flag, it's like a sense of accomplishment that I think other B flags may not have had in the past. And we're really trying to push that as a sense of I did it, right? We did it, right? Hey, Torque, good job with the barricade and the spawn beacon back over there. Is there's a sense of let's use all of the things to really have to accomplish this goal.
Well, I think you've started getting into my next question. It's if I'm a fan of Treyarch map design, what are you showing me? What are you giving me that I haven't gotten before?
Yeah, for sure. So, we always start with our 3-lane base design, and that's the foundation, because we know that that's a jumping off point. But with every new DLC map, we want to push it further. So this verticality in roof is really, really different. You really need to take the roof to be successful. And it's the central building, and there's lots of ways up, and there's other roofs that shoot to it as well. And you're weaving in and through the police station as well, and it's all in chaos, by the way, because it's been under attack. Basically, these high criminals have basically attacked the police station overall and just caused destruction. But the gameplay is really interesting because a lot of the side lanes have a lot of opportunities for longer range, or you can try to be sneaky as well and use some of the verticality to take down the dudes on the roof. And one of the cool sort of elements with the roof is it's a one-way drop. So
more talk about a roof than the entire zombies map, lads. Oh god.
So there's a commitment there that we kind of haven't had before. Is like, if I go down, I'm not going to be able to get back up, and there's a there's a sense of like, am I leaving the power position? But it's also a cool bail because you get that like blockbuster movie moment where you're like, hey, I got to get out of here, and you're jumping out of the window, right? So there's some cool stuff there.
Nice. Well, there's some surprises in store with Casino too.
Yes.
The other day we were kind of talking about some of the map stuff, and you had mentioned in passing that you've been involved with like the development of about 200 maps single-handedly. All right.
No, there are lots of more to be clear. Lots of people work on these.
I was joking. But like, I mean, you've seen some maps.
I've seen some maps.
And
yes.
Casino's got some new twists and turns.
It does. This I can say is, it's true. I have worked on multiplayer since World at War and been involved in MP and really, been involved with the team on crafting all
these. He's talking for too long. He gets the devil horns.
The hardest map I can say I've ever made, and we went through a lot of iterations where it.
Why is that? What made it such a creative challenge?
We really wanted to like challenge ourselves, and even with the, you talk about 3 lanes and what that can be as a foundation.
Can you imagine?
Is how do we make it feel very, very different? And we wanted a larger map, but also a sense of the lanes aren't separated. Right, so the middle is all one central. We're showing it now. So if there's one central, lane that actually feels like, it could almost encompass 3 lanes basically. And we've given you ways as you head down through these slot machines in the central bar, some of this stuff right here, and weaving your way towards this bar that you can hold down, and then move into some of these side rooms that have some of the more like roulette tables and
we're opening Photoshop, lads.
The main thing is that it's really large. And basically on each side of the middle lane is like it's long range here, or you can rotate around the bar and it's shorter range. So we've never had within a single lane this way to like quickly maneuver in and out of short and long.
Yeah.
And the ranges are really long. It's very different, and that caused a huge challenge to us because trying to really embellish the environment and use those elements has been proved to be very difficult. Like slot machines, right? They're not built to be used as cover, right? And set up good engagements, or craps tables or roulette tables is like, how do you use those things? Because if not, you're not doing justice.
Wait for it, lads.
Element. So we really try to find the right way to do that, and that took a lot of challenge to nail down. Is I think we rebooted this map like 3 times basically, where it was like, okay, this has got something, and then it just wasn't enough. Okay, let's redo, just redo, and that's what we do. But this one has been very, very difficult. But all in all, we're super proud of this one, and the team is really resounded to where we're like constantly pushing those, like, it's not good enough, we got to do more, and it's like, okay, let's tackle that challenge in a way.
Yeah, not really sure why I didn't get the memo, but I mean, when it comes to holding down a bar, I'm your man.
Yeah, Jason, totally, dude. Why didn't you get the memo, Jason?
So, I mean, just kind of as we kind of wrap it up, high level, like what
high level, dude.
People take away from Lockup and Casino?
Yeah, the main thing there is I hope people, when they dive in, really get the sense of how different these maps are, right? Is from the outside and looking at them, it can look more like a standard map in that sense, but there's so many little, twists and turns and different experiences that you can have that it's really going to encourage you and in a way force you, like we're talking about making that choice on the roof, to play differently. And I think that's the main thing we're really trying to go for, is you could play a lot of the maps how you want to play, right? Like, I'm a creature of habit. I love my creative class. I love my setup. And, you could do that in these
Dude, it'd be easier if I just do this.
But
really big.
If you learn the environment and you learn the engagements and you learn some of these really different things we've got and start changing your play style.
Thumbs up on the stream, chat.
Equipment, you're going to be even more
Give us a thumbs
that's
up.
Kind of that, like, that feeling we want is like, okay, I tried something new.
It's that feeling we want, dude.
This worked. And, it's almost like you would have classes per map. Right, is like, oh, this is Casino, let me have this loadout. Oh, this is Lockup, let me have this. That's the main thing, is this feeling of it's very different, but it still obviously feels very TREYARCH and Black Ops 4 overall.
Nice. Miles, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, thanks.
That segment with Miles may have been pre-recorded, but right now I am here live and in the flesh.
Hey!
Jason and Craig to catch up on all things zombies. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, John.
Hey, John, it's good to be here.
All right, so
Here we go.
For zombies, in today's blog post, we mentioned that there's a new experience coming in March, which we'll get to in a moment. But we've got some we've got the name to reveal. We've got some stuff for today.
Some stuff.
So
it might be an idea to kind of recap a little bit where we're up to.
I like where you're going. It's like you're in my head thinking my thoughts. Go with that.
See that? That was me transmitting the idea to you,
it
John.
worked.
So, obviously, with launch of Black Ops 4, we've kind of had more maps than we've ever had at this stage. So
Yeah,
it's,
you've said that
been
so
really
many
funny
times.
that we had
No one cares.
our 2 Chaos maps at launch and our 2 Ether maps. And then we had the Dead of the Night, which is a little bit of a palate cleanser, but now it's time to announce that after all the craziness that the characters went through in Voyage of Despair and 9, they are now going to be going somewhere else, and that is going to be the focus of our next map. Now, what's fun about this is, with all those launch maps, things were a little bit crazy for the characters and the community, but now those guys know what's going on a little bit more, so they are going somewhere new, somewhere they're already on the journey to, and people have seen the outros, will have an idea about this. We are going to Greece, and we are specifically going to Delphi. Delphi! What do you know about Delphi, Jason?
It's in Greece.
It is. Right. Plenty more facts like that coming up.
It's called expert knowledge.
But what, now that people and the characters understand the rules of the Chaos story a little bit more, we're going to do something interesting here, because we are actually going to be visiting a world where a Sentinel trial has been running for a very, very, very long time, because as some people will discover, Sentinel trials tend to end when they are completed or when everybody dies. So in our new level, there are some other characters knocking about.
Yes.
And you're going to have to find out about them and what role they play and why this trial is continuing and where it's ultimately going to lead them.
Because all our previous maps, we saw the trial start.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first one where this trial's been running, as Craig said, for a very long time.
All right. So in addition to we teased the key art this morning. We've got an image of that Tommy can throw up, but we also have a name.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Lovely.
Boom. Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil.
Yeah.
Like I said, a long time. That's what ancient means.
We were like, how do we hint to the audience?
Get the thesaurus out, Jason.
Yes. Ancient Evil.
So yeah, as I say, this one is...
That's a cool name.
The kind of map that I really like, where there's a lot of events and characters and significant story shifts within the map. I mean, going back to what we were talking about before, there's some things hanging over our characters if you saw the outros of Voyage of Despair and 9. And all of those things will come into play. People they've been under the influence of drugs, but some of them, as players will know, are also under the influence of some other forces, and all of that is going to come to bear in Ancient Evil.
So I believe that there's a little bit of news that you wanted to share in terms of sort of the twisting and turning of the storyline and sort of where it's headed.
Yeah, so this map represents the last map of the Chaos story for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So
they are doing
Jason,
a season 2.
Where are you going with this? What could it mean?
So this is the cliffhanger here.
Maybe a step too far, but it's cool.
He can go higher in pitch if he tries. So this is
the wrong pants.
this is the last one of the Chaos story for this season.
For this season.
So the next 2, so going into our DLC 3 and DLC 4, will be back to the Ether storyline.
It's one of those things. You know how Jason and I have often said we like to have our cake and eat it? It's nice the fact that we're going to have a kind of nice even split, 4 and 4, between Ether and Chaos, because we still enjoy them.
Yeah, we like our cake and eat it, and a small cake factory on the side as well.
And a second cake.
Yeah.
All right, so there's all of that cake coming in March,
yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't any updates, double negative, sorry. There are updates coming tomorrow when...
Cupcakes.
We got some updates coming tomorrow.
We're just going to shout bakery things out.
DEFCON 5, go.
DEFCON 5, new gauntlet for Classified. And then we also have a new gauntlet for Blood of the Dead as well, which is Helcatraz. Interesting little story there. Helcatraz was actually the dev name of Mob of the Dead when we first made it, way back when. So we thought as a little homage, we would
an homage to ourselves.
Yeah, there's actually a picture of sitting around the office that says Helcatraz that we mocked up when we were thinking of Mob of the Dead in the very beginning. So there we go.
I mean, there's some footage on here of the gauntlets, but one of the things that appeals to me about the gauntlets, and I think I've made no mistake about not being a particularly good player, I'm not as bad as sometimes we've said. But the fun thing about the gauntlets is Jason's nodding, that's not fair. The fun thing about the gauntlets is it does let people experience some of the features and bosses and enemies and stuff that they normally wouldn't get to in the course of amateur play, shall we say. So, you know, it can really help educate you about a level as well. So that's one of the fun things I like about gauntlets.
Yeah, and it's, you know, so
the new
when we
park,
first got
they have
gauntlets
it.
out, we didn't know how it was going to be received, and we got an overwhelming kind of positive response in terms of people like mixing up the gameplay. So we've been listening to that feedback, so we've changed some of our rules or adapted to that feedback, and so those are in Helcatraz and in DEFCON 5. But yeah, as Craig says, it's really good for kind of beginners because it'll teach you about a level, you know, hey, tell you about a shield, tell you about certain weapons and usage. But then it's also good for advanced players because it tests you in different ways as you get further up. And obviously it's same as last time, which is 3 sets of 10 levels each to get all the way through a gauntlet.
We've also got the Ethereal Razor perk coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Great name.
Yeah, literally hours were spent on that name. Yeah, I'll leave it for the community to discover, but essentially it's a perk which has a buff to your knife or to your melee weapon, and it allows you to gain health when attacking the undead.
I also believe that you've got plans to support signature weapons and throwing in some additional tier skips.
You gain health?
Yes, so let's start with tier skip. So tier skip currently, if you've played around 15 on a daily basis, you get the tier skip. Now in this next update, daily callings will also give you that tier skip, so that'll be 2 tier skips possible per day. That's a mouthful.
No one cares about tier skips. No one cares about tier
2 tier
skips.
skips now possible from the friends of the zombies. Yeah. And signature weapons as well, they're coming in.
Shortly, we will have David Vonderhaar and Matt Schrantz on to talk all things Blackout. And we've got a special video that we want to share with anyone. What would you guys like to, anything that you'd like to wrap up on with any updates tomorrow, anything about what is to come between now and March? And if not, what are we going to watch?
What are we going to watch?
More things coming.
More things coming. Yes, more things coming. I think we've got blogs and other things kind of that'll, I don't want to spill all the beans right now. So I'll leave that alone.
Sure.
But the video coming up is our director's music video that we always do for Dead of the Night.
Yeah, which was one of the funnest maps.
Oh, for Dead of the Night.
With the cast. And
I care less.
Some of the ideas in it. It's one of my favourite ones to play. I like following ghosts around, which is why I work so closely with Jason.
There we go. There we go.
So yeah, it's kind of it's full rock and roll.
All right, outstanding. Well, then on that note, we will throw it to Dead of the Night.
Dead of the Night, director's cut. Do. Okay, so we do see a little bit more of that. That's cool. Rip the boys. Opening the 2. Are they just going to show us them killing zombies a bunch? That's my boy Godfrey. Wow. My boy. Ah. My boy's alive. Ooh, that looks cool. This is a long video.
Welcome back.
John's
Here to keep the
face.
conversation rolling on all things Operation 3
He
Grand
looked
Heist
so
with a focus on
mystified.
Blackout is David
He was
Vonderhaar and Matt Schranz. So guys, we got a couple things to get through today. Let's kick it off with the new prestige system and some of the emblems that one may have seen teased on various
We're
social
not in a
media
hurry,
accounts.
right?
Dude.
Give us some time.
I'm so dead. We got to the end of the video and where was it? Where was it? Dude, it's literally like, what did I just watch? Oh man! Oh, that is so funny. Deary me. Okay. Woo! Ancient Evil, everybody. Ah, wow. So, where to begin? Where to begin? Where to freaking begin, chat? There's no point watching the rest of this because it's going to be Vonderhaar talking about multiplayer. So, like, you really don't need that, you really don't need that information, I don't think. But damn, I mean, like, we can check this on there. Why not? Look, this doesn't hurt. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oh my goodness me. So, chat, I want to hear your thoughts, all right? I want to hear your thoughts. Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil. You want the Blackout stuff?
All of the content that was illustrated in the roadmap that we shared this morning isn't necessarily available on day one. A great example of that is Hot Pursuit, new game mode coming within Blackout, and that's coming out on Friday.
Yep, Friday.
Hot Pursuit. What do we need to know?
It is hot, and there will be pursuit. No,
Das.
it's so it's a super fun game mode. With our past game modes, Close Quarters Frenzy, Ambush. Has been, a variant. It's still, very slow.
Yeah, good song.
The gameplay is still there from Blackout.
For sure.
But with this, we kind of want to say, we said, how can we have more fun? How can we fit the theme of this cops and robbers, Operation Grand Heist? So we've been working on brand new vehicles, and they're going to be highlighted in Hot Pursuit. First up are the police vehicles. We've got the police SUV. We've got the PBR boat. And then we've got some other vehicles that the players already used, and those are going to have police skins in Hot Pursuit. And when you hop into a police vehicle, whether it be an SUV or an ATV or PBR, you're going to have some inherent benefits that are going to feed into that game mode. So police vehicles, first up, they're going to have a built-in sensor dart. That's one of those things where from the early days of Blackout, we saw players shooting their vehicle with a sensor dart. So let's build that in for this game mode. It makes perfect sense. So when you're cruising around in a police vehicle with your sirens on, you're going to get the benefit of a sensor dart. So you're going to be able to move through and kind of root out the bad guys. On top of that,
at great penalty, I mean the siren's not exactly quiet.
The sirens are not quiet. So if you want,
that's fun.
That's
nice
what we call risk reward, John. So
if you could show me like in shapes, maybe scratch and sniff, that would be great. 'Cause, like I'm like pretty baseline.
We'll check it out after.
Okay.
So in addition to that, the police vehicles will also see enemy muscle cars marked. So that marking is going to be a red beam shooting up from the sky, which is super cool. You hop into a police vehicle and you just look around and you're going to see all these bad guys marked by the beams. You want to go chase those guys. The muscle cars also have inherent benefits, and their benefit is they're going to be on the lookout for loot, high-value loot. And so their benefit is they're going to get the same marking, but a green beam, and that's going to mark every single supply drop and supply stash that's currently active in the level. And we've taken a lot of the high-value loot, level 3 armor, trauma kit, tactical weapons, operator weapons, gold weapons, and those are only going to be found in supply drops and stashes. So if you want that good stuff, you're going to want to grab a muscle car, head to the nearest supply drop or stash, and get that out of there. In playtesting, the fun, the laughs, the chuckles that we've heard most is when you're chasing each other around. So the police vehicles are on the hot pursuit of the muscle cars, who are then looking for the loot. We're kind of working off a variation of down but not out respawn rules. So if you have a teammate alive at the next collapse, you're going to be able to redeploy. With this, we kind of looked at that, and we saw, it can be tough to drop into the last circle with a strife pistol. So we're going to try what we're calling escalating loadouts, and those loadouts will escalate per circle or per collapse. So you may start out with a strife and some ammo, and if you get the chance to drop in the final collapse, you may get a little bit better of a loadout. So
that's cool. That's actually something we needed to have happen
with an SMG, maybe some armor. Just because we know it can be more difficult in those final minutes to really compete with enemies that are on the ground. So it's super interesting, super fun, and we've been having a blast with it.
And throws the rules of a Blackout kind of experience and turns them inside out, where you're getting more stronger the longer you go. It's
fun.
It's fun.
Well, I mean,
good diversion from the core.
Just riff on that for a minute, because it seems like, and you mentioned down but not out, and it seems like between what the team has been doing in Operation 2, what's planned with Hot Pursuit, seems like new game modes are an opportunity to kind of play in new and inventive ways.
Yeah, I think what you'll see, sort of operation to operation, every operation has kind of a core theme to it. This one, Operation Grand Heist, you have cops and robbers, so you see a lot of cops and robbers related activity across MP and Blackout. So that one has this mode. Other future operations will also have its core theme or core idea, so it'll have its kind of crazy new take on a game mode. But it's not just the one that you get kind of the first couple days of the operation. There's some other activities around there, hardcore, and some other thoughts that were going on. So we're going to keep the pure game mode evolving, right? The pure base, battle royale experience that people know. But we're also going to constantly try to put the feature playlist in, including the feature playlist that you've seen. So it's not just about Grand Heist. It'll also be about Down But Not Out. It'll also be about Ambush. It'll also be about all the things that you sort of create along the way and the combinations of them. So as we build up this library, like Matt said, we actually get to take some of the rules from one and apply them to the other, and then everything kind of just gets faster and better as a result of the continued involvement and progress that we're making, to allow different types of game modes to be played inside of the Blackout map. One day, who knows what's possible?
Anything's possible. Well, I'm sure that our good friend Ben Lewis will have plenty of updates on the Reddit machine tomorrow. Along with that, I'm sure there'll be a number of sort of updates in terms of quality of life. You guys have been busy on that front as well.
So nothing is more important to fans than the quality of life improvements, at least when they hit me up directly. So there's a couple of things that are going to make it in right off the bat, and more still in the way. So the three that are probably worth kind of mentioning right off the bat is, if you remember the new the stash UI, what we call the supply stash or the death stash UI, when there's an item in the stash, it only shows up once. It doesn't show up like a frag, a frag, a frag. It shows a frag with 3 pips on it. So that idea has been carried over to the quick equip menu. So when you're pressing up on the D-pad to kind of select something quickly, you don't have to burn the space of it 3 times. You only have to burn the space of it once. That just makes everything a little bit faster. So that idea has now evolved into the quick equip working the same way. That's one. The one that I think fans will be super excited about is
when you go to get a gun, you can strip the attachments off that gun immediately and then put them on the gun that you have. So that's a big change. So if you got a tactical, for example, on the ground, which of us does not strip the tactical to put all that stuff on the gun that we're using? We pretty much all do that. So now you can just do that. And you can do that with any gun. Anything that's not compatible will just kind of drop to the ground around you. So that's a big change. Nice. And then the other one that I like is you can actually now equip something when you pick it up immediately for both equipment and for health items. So if there's a big med kit on the ground of some type, or maybe an axe, you just grab it and it's in your inventory. So you can throw it and grab it and throw it and grab it, right? You don't have to grab it, go into inventory, go up to quick equip. All that's now one action. So those three things are the sort of the significant ones that players will be able to feel kind of right away on Tuesday, and then some more that we're still experimenting with in the quick equip for potentially downstream in the season.
And along with that, there are some tuning updates that you guys have planned as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like MP, we've got a big list of tuning updates, weapon balance changes based off of data, based off of feedback. One that I'll mention that's come up a lot in feedback is the ABR. ABR is a great weapon in Blackout. We definitely saw its popularity rise a bit with our previous armor tuning. So that one's going to get a little bit of a change. I believe on that one we've increased the recoil just a touch, and we've increased the delay between bursts just a touch again. So we don't want to swing too hard. I think we did that with the SDM. Sometimes we can look at the data and you get a lot of feedback and kind of overshoot that. So we've made some micro changes, taken a look at the data, and I think everybody's gonna. It's not. I wouldn't say a huge meta shift, but some of those weapons that you have been carrying, you may want to look at something else. For example, light machine guns. That's a big change for us. It is a small change in.
Yeah, but why? It's important to know why, right? So
you kind of look at that journey. So over the past 2 weeks, we've got a lot of feedback about everybody's driving ATVs, running people over. We don't want that to happen. Vehicles are for traversing the map. We don't want them to be primarily used as offensive weapons.
They don't.
But we don't want.
That's all I have. That's all
all
I got going for you, man.
No, you can still try. But
then you should play Hot Pursuit. No, but that said, it's still a part of Blackout.
Yeah.
You can still get ran over.
So what are you doing with the LMGs?
So with LMGs, we were like, you know what? We don't want these to be laser weapons. We don't want everybody to be rolling around with LMGs. What can we do with them to give them a unique benefit? So they're actually going to do double damage against vehicles. So for example, a Titan in Blackout may take today 40 bullets to take out an ATV or a helicopter. It's going to come down to 20. So those VKM 750s and those Titans that you leave laying around, you may want to pick up one of those and keep it handy.
You want to. I mean, the meta changes over time, right? So we think it's so important that there are fast-moving vehicles in the map. That's what the ATV is for. The ATV is not necessarily supposed to be used predominantly as a weapon. And it was really Ambush, I think, that where we started to sort of see that kind of behavior come out. It's not unexpected in a mode like that, but then that becomes sort of the part of the new meta, and that's the fun thing about working on Blackout.
Running people over in
the
ATV is so fun, though.
What was super viable yesterday was not viable 10 days ago, and vice versa in the future. So you have to constantly evolve with the times with that stuff. So now there's multiple counters to vehicles, and the weapon tuning is kind of an unusual place to go look. But now an LMG, which most of us would probably pass over most of the time if you look at the data, if you look at how we play, if you look at how you play. But now you hold an LMG as a secondary, and it's on par or better than a rocket launcher
Mick
as
in
a
the
secondary.
chat says, yes, give me an example of what double damage means.
As a primary equipment, on par or better than mesh mines as an anti-vehicle device. Now there's like 4 different ways, alternative, and the LMGs are good because once you start using LMGs to blow up vehicles, you're going to start using LMGs to blow up people. And then this weapon that you're all skipping over most of the time, you're probably not skipping over it quite the same. And that's today. Then there'll be something else, in the next season as the meta evolves and changes. And that's what makes it fun. Makes it complicated to keep up with the pace of it, for sure. Make no mistake, we know this better than anybody, but we're not done trying, and this is one way. Yep. Just removing the ATVs is not a solution. Their start speeds, potentially other things that we've looked at, including fuel, potentially. I'm not saying so. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do quite yet. But we talk about these things all the time. We're listening to what you're saying about that. We're looking for interesting ways to solve those problems, not just the really obvious way, which is to delete everything, right? Delete everything, you have nothing left.
Yep. And then additionally for LMGs, since we're on that topic, they're all going to have a little bit less recoil. so they'll be slightly less frustrating to use against infantry. So yeah, I think I'll be picking up a Titan over.
T minus 1 day until you tell me they're overpowered. 1 day.
Yeah.
1 day.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
You guys are like the best guests ever. Like I mean, wind you up, let you go.
Tell me when to stop.
This is
Blackout.
Do it.
Warzone.
No.
I did that for the tweet earlier. All right, let's move on.
All right.
I got one more on
What?
tuning. One more on tuning, because it's a big
John's
one.
like, what?
And I'm sure we'll get a lot of feedback. Hopefully, all positive.
Armor.
Hopefully.
Armor.
Undoubtedly.
We gotta talk about armor.
We've touched armor a few times.
Yes.
Armor's a new thing for us. Levels of armor, blackout's a new thing for us. So we're still trying to dial that in.
What would you do, Matt?
Well, for this title update, we took a look at the data from where we were before our last tuning change to our oh my god, level 1 is paper now. I hear you.
Level 1 is paper.
And you know what? Level 1, looking at the data, the curves of our graph of where people were dying previous to the patch to after, you weren't entirely wrong. So we are going to bring up level 1 and level 2. So level 1's going to get a slight bump. Level 2 is actually going to come up to where level 3 is now, as far as damage mitigation.
Damage mitigation, not durability. Don't confuse the two.
Right. So we flattened.
So many people tweeting me.
We flattened
right
the
now.
armor levels.
Thank you.
But now level 3 still has the inherent mitigation of headshot damage. We've also brought back the armor plates to repair for level 3 armor back down to 5. Now that those are all a little bit more aligned. So
talk about the shot differential though, because in the abstract it can seem like they're super delta and they're not.
Yeah, sure.
Delta.
Before we made our tuning changes, I believe it was 5 shots with an ICR against an unarmored enemy, still the same, and then it kind of went up from 6 to 8 to 10. So we're slowly flattening that down a bit, and when you just look at that on paper, it doesn't seem like a huge change. But depending on the range and if you're using a very low-powered SMG, it can, those hits to kill can jump a bit. So we're just trying to dial those in, and I think this pass we've all been super happy with internally. So I'm looking forward to getting the feedback on that, like I inevitably will.
All right, David, I believe that you guys have you brought a build with us, and you wanted to jump into some of the new locations.
This is doing it live. I mean, everybody else.
Are you sufficiently pumped?
I don't know.
We could see buried guys.
I'm steaming. There's steam coming off of me. All right, so what we're going to do is try this in real time. So, yeah, we had one of those fancy fly-through videos like MP had and them slickly produced zombie videos, but no, we're going to try it the hard way because we're doing it live. So I want to show you this stuff because it's just sort of easier to talk about than watching a video. So can we put this up on the screen and show everybody? That's good. So what you guys are staring at in real time is Ghost Town. Ghost Town is the primary new destination that we've been talking about. And Ghost Town is the combination of Standoff or Outlaw, depending on which version you like more from which game.
Buried.
Added to the Blackout map. So let me just show you where this is kind of in context. So I'm down here, right down here in the southeast corner of the map. Is that right? Yeah. So a significant new destination. And so just give you a sense of scale here. If you ever played Buried from Zombies, then you kind of know what you're staring at here. So the mansion on this side and then all the town. Let me drop to the ground real quick and try to run around a little bit. Just quickly, then I'll fly back out and show you some other things. All this stuff is playable. So all this kind of interior space is all the loot that you'd expect of kind of a primary destination. Has all the kinds of tricks and traps and backsides
the box
and
isn't there.
throughs and all the things that you would know. And this is all covered up, so you're not going to have anybody dropping on you. The downside of it being underground is that you can't actually just sort of escape through the top. There's no clear way to get back through there. So you're going to have to use one of the many ways to get out, which means the chokes, when you're trying to get in and out of a destination like this, can be pretty severe. There's only sort of 3 primary ways in and out, which means your entrances are not the same things as your exits, and you cannot just sort of surface jump from the top of something and make a run for it in any sort of direction. So this is kind of what, good. Cannot get the dev GUI there. Help me out.
Need some help?
Yeah, I need some help with that.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why the no clip's not working. Amateur hour up in here. So you got Outlaw, you got Standoff on this side of the map, and then the way down into the buried section of Ghost Town is through the jail cell of Outlaw. So you're gonna have a lot of fun. This one is particularly my favorite. It's like a one-way kind of slide down this mine shaft, which can be pretty entertaining and choky. So this is a significant destination add. Just to put this in perspective, if you look at the playable space and the amount of interior room and the number of places that things can go, you're talking construction site level spawning of items here. So this will be a pretty fun and pretty insane destination that provides a particularly new experience into the Blackout map. Now, just before we stop on that, there's another thing to talk about. This is not the only thing that we did. So I'm going to show you 3 examples of stuff. So there's things that we've done inside the Blackout map, which we would call completely new. So there's this entire kind of camp section behind where the dam is and where the offices are. So if you look at where I am in the map up here, there's Hydro. This is a very popular drop for myself and Davey in the Bridge Ambush community. Shout out, boys. I'll see you tonight. You got this thing right here, which is where this is. So now you've got pressure on Hydro, not just from the guys who dropped short on offices or the guys coming up from Asylum, but also this whole thing, which is now pretty viable. It's like a decent, viably suitable place to drop. If you're going to be less looted, but then you're going to put pressure on the guys to come in. So that's what we call new, and there's more than one of those. The other one is down here. This is another example of something inside the map that's completely new. But that's not sort of the totality of that story either. Let me go over, find my way here. This is what doing it live looks like, guys. I'm going to come over here and drop what we would probably call, or what you would call, apartments or condos. You remember this section of the map here is typically has been 6 buildings, what we called the 6-pack.
It's quite cool seeing them
term, I think,
no clip like this.
6-pack, and then we now have it as an 8-pack. So now this is even more viable as a potential first drop, even in a quad game. So you get some pretty fun activity, sort of guys fighting across the street from one another or house to house.
Where is Alcatraz?
Buildings. So again, you're not going to walk out of here completely looted up with the quad game, but you're definitely walking out of here in a duo game and a solo game super looted up. So that's what we would call expanded. So you have new, which are destinations which didn't exist, sort of secondary and supporting structures, and you have these, which are expanded, and there's lots of these. I want to show you one more because firing range fans will be thrilled to death or very, 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 very unhappy with me. So here's another one that's gotten expanded. Look how close this is to firing range. So if you get drop firing range and you cleared it all out and you think you're done, maybe, maybe not, because you're going to have this destination, which has been expanded, putting pressure on you coming down from the hill here. And this is an absolutely tough fight. It's tough enough as it is. I mean, now it's even tougher still. So we like these kind of destinations which are close to, they're not as large as or significant as, but they're also adjacent to, and that puts interesting pressure on players. One last one to talk about, sort of, and that's, more macro than that. What you'll see along the way is kind of different and more supporting things, sort of running along your typical paths that are just sort of expanded. I think this one by the riverbank here. Let's see, where am I?
Yeah, some of those, the support structure additions we've added are my favorite for my playstyle because I don't like to drop hot. It stresses me out. So with these new support structures and my leisurely jaunt from place to place, destination to destination, I have more places to kind of explore and look at.
What's
Ooh, what's that?
What
is that?
What's that? What is this?
That's a. Ooh, that's a dope muscle.
It's time to wager on.
Okay, that's fairly cool.
So as you're
The way
driving
you get in
around,
there. Like that.
Some of these areas that you're pointing out, like these are things that
And
we've-
money's coming out
that
the
have
back.
been sort of coming into existence. It's not like they just kind of popped out of nowhere, right?
Oh my gosh, we started seeding out kind of the survey stakes as an example.
Yeah.
Where these things might be going, and with the high degree of wait.
What is that, David?
What's that? What's that?
That's the 5-0.
Whoa! No, you didn't, Matt.
There you go.
You
can
didn't.
See, get a little look at the built-in sensor dart there. No
oh
enemies,
my God!
just a one-man.
Oh my God! What have you done?
No, you can turn those off.
What have you done? What have you done?
You can turn those off. You lose the sensor dart functionality.
Why would you turn them off?
Well, if you want to be a little bit stealthier, if you want to go for more of a cold pursuit,
I'm done.
I don't know.
I think I've outlived my usefulness on this one.
What about
Thanks, Hot
Alcatraz,
Fuzz.
though?
Appreciate it. All right.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this one.
All right. So, is there anything else in the Blackout front that you want to cover here today?
Is there anything in the Blackout front that you want us to cover today?
No. I
Refer
see
to
what you
your
just
note
did
cards.
there. No, I mean we covered it all. I mean,
There's a lot there. Like Vaughn said, we could sit and talk for hours about the changes that players are going to see tomorrow, that they're going to see a week after that, a week after that.
Yeah, Tony talked about it a little bit when he was up. I want to reinforce this stuff. Like this season, the operation, excuse me, is not tomorrow. It is not Thursday. It is not Friday. It is tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and the entire time. And we put the roadmap up on the Treyarch blog site. It's treyarch.com. I linked it earlier so that people can just have a direct link to that thing while you guys were talking about it. It's just really important that you understand that this stuff is seasoned and plotted out over the course of time. It is designed to give you things kind of on a schedule that's predictable, and it's absolutely and 100%, and you're absolutely right, on us to do a better job communicating how that works, and that's why we're doing this. And it's not the only thing we got going on with this. We got some deep dives on the coming with the developer update, which they're editing right now, I think, and we're going to do a much better job. We're going to get on camera a lot more and talk through these things so you guys can understand them more than the bullet point inside the Reddit post. That's just one of the things that we do. It's not
what
the
we're
totality.
doing, why we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Did we make it through?
I think we made it through. All right, before we head out today, just wanted to offer a few thank yous. First, thank you to our guests who worked really hard to get here today. Also want to thank the comms crew, Tommy Ben, Stephanie Foxy, and Mr. Jay Purrier, Robert Sanchez, Lee Staples, and Rose Villasenor. Want to thank all you guys. A few special call-outs for the Activision crew, Malik, Jeffrey, Jared Castle, all of Art Services, Justin McFarland, and for all your help getting that roadmap done and over the finish line. Kelvin, Kyle, and Ali, thank you for helping to get all those last-minute approvals.
Those guys are legends.
And yeah, that is about it. Yes, I don't know who else could possibly be left. I'm sure I'll be hearing about that later. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.
There it is.
Operation 3, Grand Heist.
There it is. What did you think, everybody? No zombies map until March. Ripperoni. I've made my mic a bit louder. I warn you. My mic is going to be a bit louder now. So readjust your volume. I'm talking nice and quiet. Readjust the volume a little bit, everybody. All right. I wanna hear. What do you think of the announcement? Are you happy, or do you feel like it was a letdown? What is everyone saying? A lot of people saying it was boring. Oh, that's wrong. For everyone that was saying it was boring, bear in mind that Treyarch are still kind of trash at doing streams. Like, I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be making it out like I'm expecting them to be like god tier doing their streams, but they're still a little bit scuffed, right? Like, they're still a little bit awkward, and they are always just not always exciting, right? So boring is not necessarily a surprise. Huge letdown, not pleased, very satisfied. See, Vaughn, that's interesting, because there's a real mix there. There's a real mix. Pretty bummed out about no new map. My stoned self missed the stream. Well, this video is going to be on my channel, so you can watch this in its entirety right after I'm done streaming it, and it will all be there, so don't worry. You're very proud. They're saying this is the largest content drop. Yep. The largest content drop.
The chemist knows what these symbols mean.
Largest one. Oh.
Double points.
Are you gonna read the blog post? The blog post is already stuff that I've already talked about that information on my channel. Like, I posted 2 videos before the stream started, and in those videos I talked about all the stuff in the blog post. They unfortunately don't give us any information about anything massively significant in there. What about factions? Well, that's the question. That's the question. What about factions? They didn't say anything about it. Like, we're getting things like server pause, which is good, but without news about factions, it's like, well, there's more to life. There's more to life than server pause. And we've got 2 seasons coming. What do you think about that? That's exciting. That means we're getting an entire extra year of zombies maps. At least we got a teaser of the new map. Yeah, I agree, Lumbago. I agree. That means we might actually get a teaser this time. Best is the end to the Chaos story. Well, it's not the end of the Chaos story. Bear that in mind. It is not the end of the Chaos story. It's just the end of the Chaos story for now. Yeah? It's good there's new points of interest. I agree. No new map. Yep, that's right. That's right, HPC. What if Factions is for Ether, so they're waiting for Ether? It's for both. They've already confirmed it's for both.
Not again.
Let's hope the Easter egg doesn't get spoiled. Yep.
Diego!
Don't want any of the, like, craziness that we had with the QA tester from, what was it, like October, leaking the Voyager Despair, like ciphers and stuff like that. None of that, please. No zombie map until March. That's correct, Joseph. No zombie map until March. Misty's back. Yep.
There is no getting around it. If we wish to survive this nightmare, we need to.
Hello, what up, Jalon? Yo, call you? JC Backfire. JC Backfire. Calling now, lad.
Hey, brother.
Oh, you're so loud. Let me turn you down.
Oh,
okay. Hello, lad.
Hello. I want to call you because I needed to talk to someone because I'm really excited.
About...
Okay.
Yes.
I think... All right, I just made a tweet, and I think this is like... All right, here's what I think.
Yeah.
Granted, we didn't get like any zombies information too much about like specific stuff.
Uh-huh. No factions mentioned at all.
Right. That sucks. But the fact that they told us that this is the finale of Chaos and they said that Ether is coming is like probably the if there was anything that would have been the best thing to do is to say that. Like that needed to like happen soon because I don't know. I said that I think they should have done that. You know, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about doing a roadmap.
Yep.
If they would have had a roadmap like near launch and said when all the seasons of content was coming and when and then if they had a roadmap at launch, like when we're all still like playing like 9 and everything,
when everyone's
saying,
paying attention,
hey,
basically, right?
Yeah, right. And you say, hey, we're gonna have 2 Chaos storyline maps first. And then in the later season, we're going to end it off with Ether. That would have put so many people at ease, and so many people would be open to the Chaos storyline maps because they know that the finale of, you know, like DLC 3 and 4 is normally the finale typically of the game. Well, like they would know that's the finale. I know this said seasons, but like, but just in general.
Yeah. Well, one thing just to sort of branch off that point a little bit with what you just said. It seems to me like the only way they can really do this now is if DLC 3 and then 4 ends up being like the end of the first act, and then the end of Ether actually comes at the end of next year, which is going to mean that it's really drawn out. Like, that is a long time to make us like slowly go through 4 maps, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely because of the negative reception of everything lately. Like, they're definitely on a uphill battle to
100%, yeah.
For even Ether to end successfully. It's an uphill battle.
True.
But like, it's still like I still have hope they can do it. Like, I think they literally. I was saying like they drop an Atlantis map or an Egypt map. That's it, dude. I'm on board. That's all I want. I'd be fine if those are the last 2 maps of the story because that's what people want Atlantis forever.
The question that I have is ending Ether the right move anymore? Because I think you don't. Yeah.
No, it's because like see me and you, we look at it and we're like, okay, we love Ether, right?
Yeah.
Like it's been our like our soulmate forever, right?
Sure.
But we both know it's drawn out at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's way drawn out, especially when you're starting another story and there's just a huge pause between it.
Right.
It's just like it feels like Ether should have wrapped up already and it didn't. And I feel like that was part of the problem with BO4 is that they had Mob of the Dead, or not Mob of the Dead, Blood of the Dead, and they're like, yo, we're going to the finale right now. Or that's what it kind of like seemed like one final battle with Dr. Monty.
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay,
it was really weird.
It was hype.
pacing.
It was hype too. Like it was such hype. Like when that happened, and you were like, oh shoot, they just name dropped Dr. Monty. They told us where we were going. Like puns aside, like they actually told us that was going to be a thing, and then it's like, oh, Chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then no one knew what was going on. And like, I had no idea if honestly, I thought it was going to be all the way through DLC 4 was going to be all chaos because they never told us.
Right.
I had no idea.
I thought that was happening as well. I genuinely, I think that was the original plan. I think they might have changed what they were going to do. Cause
you think so?
I just seem to remember either Jason saying something or something about how it was going to be 4 chaos maps. Like, I feel like I've seen that somewhere. That's why I'm, like, kind of confused today when they were like, yeah, so it's the last chaos map this season. Like, my heart skipped a beat. I was like, hello, lad, they're getting rid of it. But,
Wait. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think you're right. I think they did say somewhere, or like it was. I think in like
wasn't it like
advertising
Steam,
for the pass.
It was the Steam season pass, right?
Yeah, it was the pass, and it said something along the lines of continuing the chaos storyline and something like that.
Yeah.
And but it wasn't like 100% like you know what I mean? Like Treyarch never said it themselves, like, oh, all 4 packs are
right. But it was like
chaos.
it was in the marketing, which means that people have bought the game based on that information.
Right.
Like, kind of has to happen, right?
Yeah, and that was, I mean, me and you both thought that was the case, and like, we consider ourselves zombies guys, so then the entire public has to think that too, right?
Maybe what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, the Black Ops Pass will get you access to all the Chaos maps, and then, like, something else will, like,
I honestly,
DLC 3 and 4 or something? Like,
I don't want to, like, perceive things that aren't there, but I think you could be right. I think they might have had originally the plan as in this pass is all chaos,
right?
And then they just quickly, because of everything. But it's a good move. Don't get like if they did this move intentionally,
it's the right move,
it is the right move. It is absolutely the right move to do. But I just hope that doesn't affect chaos storyline story-wise, because I still think there's hope for the story. I know like a lot of people that like aren't a huge fan at the moment, but I don't know, like we can have a like one scene.
Anyway, my head didn't work, lads.
So much for the story. Oh wait, sorry, you just deafened.
Yeah.
The heck?
I just had to scream at my chat that anyway, my head didn't work, and that's why I went down.
I was just gonna say one single map
can
do so much to the story. Just look at Derice. Just look at Mob of the Dead, right? Like like a single map can do like it has so much potential.
It's just at this point
every time.
Like, man, it just there's so much good that has come from like the last couple times Treyarch has spoken about how things are going in a better direction now, but at the same time I'm just like, I don't know if I can trust. I don't know if I have enough trust in Treyarch right now to let myself get hyped. That's the problem. Is like, I would be excited for Ether, and I'd love Ether to come back, but ultimately, if Blood of the Dead released in tomorrow, it would be sick for a week, but I feel like those same problems would still be there. Of like, zombies is just not the lifestyle game that we were all hoping it would be. Like, it's not found its feet yet as something that you can play for more than a week without deciding that there's other things to do. And so like, I would be so jazzed if we went to Atlantis or Egypt or Venus or wherever, right? I like
Venus.
Bring me a cool location. I'm down for it, but I'm also like kind of a bit cagey, a bit hesitant, just because it's like Treyarch could just pull some craziness at the like, and mean the map is fun for a few days and then it sucks. Like,
right.
I'm so like it's like you've been hurt in a relationship and you don't know whether to be like, oh, I'll just give you a second chance, or if you're just like, all right, well, actually, I can't really deal with the back and forth anymore. Like, we've been going back and forth for 4 months, and Treyarch have still been all over the place, and now I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to think. Like, it's weird.
I just think no matter what, if there's anything to take away, I see people on Twitter, I see people talking about it in my Discord and everything.
Yeah.
And people are, just by saying the words ether and saying that that's 3 and 4, just that one sentence, which
it's
could have
already
been
a win,
said,
right? They already got a W for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's great. And it's like, that communication is like the thing that they need to keep doing. They need to just explain when things are coming and explain when things are happening. And like, I don't know if it was the original plan to do the ether at the end or not at the season, but if we had that told to us beforehand, you would have people like, you wouldn't have that initial complaints every single time. Because every single time a chaos story or a chaos map gets announced, every single reply on Twitter is, "Oh, it's chaos,"
which is fair. It's like
no, it's fair. It's fair because people have expectations that they're gonna see ether again because Treyarch doesn't tell anybody when it's coming.
Right.
So people actually get their hopes up and then it's not there.
So
like it's like they're justified by it. But now I don't know. Based on what I'm saying is communication. I'm just happy they actually said something.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good that they've finally told us that chaos is going away for a bit. Like, no one is going to take that as bad news, 100%. Everyone is going to prefer ether right now. Someone said describing my current romantic relationship in terms of Treyarch zombies feels bad. Oof. Can we get an F in the chat from my boy or girl? So, the question is, right now, like as a community, this includes you guys, chat, what are we saying are the remaining immediate things, like the first things Treyarch need to do to win people back? Number one, I think, is get their ass in gear and give us factions, right? I think that's like the most obvious kind of answer because factions was promised so early on and is still just nowhere to be seen. So I'd say factions is one. But beyond that, JC, I'll let you chime in on this first and then we'll see what chat's saying. What are the like 1 or 2 things after factions that you would say would be the most important things to win people back from here?
You want me to go?
Yeah, no, go for it. Absolutely.
I think we need I think at this point we need a solid map. All right, let's just go with the next map, right? Which is in March.
Yeah.
I want the map needs to be solid. It needs to be fun, not overly tedious. Like it just needs to be a solid map. I'm talking like Horizon Drac levels of like, oh, I can just use I make it like easier or something for like it's more accessible to players. I normally like hard maps.
Horizon.
No, that's not what I want. I just like it needs to be something that's not tedious, that's not going to annoy people on day one because if it does, then people are out. Do that. And there needs to be systems on the game that gets people to come back and keep playing it. Like, and we've talked about that beyond belief.
Yeah, like maybe that's the thing that really gets me is like, I would say, because chat is saying a couple different things. Chat's saying communication, which I really agree with. Their communication still needs to be so much better. That's going to get people back on board because, I mean, you look at games like Rainbow Six, that game started out in a terrible spot, but because they kept going and kept listening to their community and kept adding things that the community wanted and making the game cooler, like it's ballooned and it's massive now, right? And like the game is not beyond fixing and the community is not beyond restoring. It's just that has to start with some honesty and communication from the studio, right? So like communication I agree with. I also see people saying things about like getting rid of bugs and stuff like that, and while I sort of agree as well, the bugs I think are basically only as much of a problem as they've been in other games now. They're no longer like the Black Ops 4 blue screen issue. It's much more stable. So the main thing, in my opinion, that is more important than literally anything else, and it might be factions and it might not, is exactly what you said, JC, a system that is in the game that gives you reason to play the game. That is absolutely number one, above anything I can think of. That is above even Ether maps, okay? Because Dead of the Night came out, and I was like, you know what? This is a Chaos map, but I actually kind of like the map. Like, I actually thought some of the stuff that they did in there was pretty cool. And the Easter egg steps, some of those steps were pretty cool. Like, there were cool parts of that map.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it was Chaos.
That's really cool. The map is really cool.
Right. I think that Dead of the Night is like, a pretty damn awesome design. It's just that it is like a perfect example of the problem that Black Ops 4 has had since day one, which is that
hi guys,
the base game is fun for a day, all right? It's fun initially, but there is literally no reason, once you beat an Easter egg once and you're good at the game, there's no reason to go back to it. Zero.
Basically what Treyarch needs to realize is that Zombies has been going on for 10 plus years now.
Yeah.
And that as much as the mode was originally revolved around like, oh, I'm going to survive more rounds than my friend online, that even though that is still a thing, there has to be, in the changing gaming industry landscape that's going on, there has to be something that like puts Zombies into that next step. BO3, I think one of the biggest things for BO3 was changing like settings of the game with gobblegums a little bit, like changing like your experience from like different games. And then also and it was slightly, not a huge thing, but it's just slightly. And then also boss fights in the Easter eggs, which made them feel like that. It made them feel epic, like raids, basically. That's what BO3 had. It was that next step. BO4, the next step, I don't see it. Like there's no clear thing. The perk system's changed, but it's really not that like. It's
legitimately like you could have made
it's not that
change,
different. Like,
and then you could have released that with 50% of copies, and then with the other 50% of copies, you could have left the old perk system in, and like, guarantee people might not even like realize in terms of like the way that it changes the gameplay. It's so minimal. It's so
really,
minimal.
It really is. And like, as much as people hate on it, I like, let's just say the perks were normal back to how they used to be.
Yeah.
And you had Jug and all this sort of stuff or whatever. I still think we'd be in the same boat right now. Be in the absolute same boat, because there was no next step. I think custom mutations was like the potential of that next step, but then it doesn't work with Easter eggs. There's no challenges revolved around them. There's nothing. Like it's not replayable, and people don't use it because it doesn't even work with the game. Like, you can't even do the Easter egg with it, which is like 90% of what people do challenges on in BO3.
And it's the fact that we're in late Feb going into March, we're nearly at DLC 2 for Zombies, and you still can't do those eggs and mutations. It's like, okay, at this point, that's 4 months of the community deciding that mutations are unimportant. They don't matter.
It makes me like, I'm scared what's going to happen is because mutation, I know for 100% fact that mutations is like used by such a small amount of people. Like, there's no way it's used massively. I'm scared that they're not going to do it again. Yeah, I would say so too.
Hi guys. It's like the thing. Ridiculous, because mutations is literally any gauntlet you want to make, basically.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that they're going to see that no one's playing it, and they're like, oh yeah, I guess we'll never do that again because no one's playing it. It's like, no, you have it, but you didn't go you didn't do the thing that would go all the way with it, that would make people actually use it. And it needs it really needs a challenge. The game needs a challenge system that would keep players coming back. But Callings is not it right now.
So
it's not.
A couple other people in chat have said change the HUD. And while I agree that the HUD is not great, I think the HUD is rough. That's not going to fix the game, right? Like, chat, let's be real. If I change the HUD right now today, would you care about that change in 2 weeks' time?
Nope.
Probably not. you're probably going to be too busy playing Apex in 2 weeks' time to even remember that it's changed, right?
Me? Dude, are you kidding me? If they change the HUD today, I guarantee you, like, no one would. No
one's going to notice.
No one would
no one's
care.
playing the game.
No one would care.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the issue, right? Is like those sorts of changes are definitely needed, I would say, but Jason already said that there's no changes to, no plans to change the HUD. So, first of all, it's not even on their list, and secondly, like we need to think bigger about the things that are really impacting the community itself. Like,
I don't mind DLC 4 having a weird HUD if we have some awesome replayability things.
Right. Absolutely. It's like, take the HUD away for all I care. I don't mind, as long as the other things that are destroying or have destroyed the community, as long as those things are fixed. I saw someone as well say, there's Citizen 6 said, stop first in the world streams for Easter eggs. That ruins the map for everyone. Hate to break it to you, Citizen 6, but I mean, I've been doing first in the world streams since Shangri-La, Chief. Like, it's been quite a long time, and it didn't ruin it in any of the other games, and it certainly isn't ruining it now. You've got to really be careful with that mindset, because I see people, like, echoing similar sorts of things every now and then, blaming YouTubers for the game's problem. And you just can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that, because you can put as much blame on me as you want to, sorry, but that isn't going to fix the game. Like, the game still has all these issues that we're talking about, right? And if me just playing the game and streaming it, just like you could play the game and stream it, anyone could do that, right? If me playing the game is a problem, then that is absolutely not my fault. That is a fault with the design of the game, right? So we've really got to try and zero in on the specific things that are important to the game's kind of health that need to be changed with differences in design rather than differences in like how the community is going to react to something. Like, you can't change the community and tell it what to do because it's the community. Like, that's just never going to be the way things work. But you can tell the game how to behave because, I mean, they're Treyarch. They can develop the damn thing and give us new systems to play with and change them based on our reactions and feedback and stuff along those lines. And Jason even said, with the gauntlets, the first one came out, and then they got some feedback, and they were like, okay, well, we'll work on this, we'll take this out, we'll put this in, and that's how we ended up with the 9 gauntlet, and I think the 9 gauntlet's great. So, like, those sorts of things are what we need to focus on. Yes, JC, what do we need to have?
You know what they should do? Because I think most people would agree communication is, like, the most important thing. Here's what they should do.
Yeah.
They should come out.
Hire JC Backfire.
Dude, honestly... No. Hey, man, I would talk for them for days.
I got my CV, dude. I got my CV.
Dude, I'll write notes at every single meeting, dude. I'll have notes ready for the community. Listen, here's what they should do. They should, before like a week or maybe not a week or two, maybe a couple weeks before the zombies map comes out, have a dedicated video directly to the community by a dev or a social media manager or somebody at Treyarch explaining, and have them say, and literally have them directly. Here's, like, I genuinely don't think this would be a bad move. If they just came out and said, "Yo, guys, we know how bad the community vibes have been.
Dude,
we messed up, and we want to make it right. And we've actually originally we wanted to do all chaos for the rest of the DLC season." Let's just say that was their plan. And if they actually were like transparent and went, all right, we're actually, because we've heard the feedback, we know you guys want to see Ether, we're bringing Ether for you guys, and we're going to have factions, and we're going to do all these things to revitalize like the replay value in the game. Like, if they just directly said that to the community in like in a very like apologetic, but also like we're striving to do better way.
Yeah.
You cannot lose. Like, dude, it is a W in every scenario.
Someone in my chat, null name in my chat, said all they need to do is hire literally anyone who knows anything about talking.
Yes.
Like,
please.
It sounds like so obvious, but they've failed to do it for 4 months. Like, this is the thing that baffles me, is exactly what you just said. If they literally came through and were like, okay, we messed up. Here are the things we messed up. Here's what we're doing to fix it. And they just did that on a regular basis, like we told Jason before the game came out. If they just did that, people would, like, because this is the thing. This is the thing that I absolutely don't understand, okay? When you're a game dev company that is under Activision Publishing, you are a studio that is really just down to get scrappy and really eager to do a good job and do everything you can to make the community happy, like Treyarch are. I know that the devs are. I know some of them personally. I know that they are good people trying to make as good a product as possible, right?
Oh yeah, they're great people.
They're great.
They're great people.
When you're a studio like that, if you come out and you say, okay, what we're going to do is get down in the trenches and talk and initiate conversations and actually act on those conversations and put that material in the game. When you do that, you change the narrative from I'm big bad Jason Blundell and I'm very corporate and just doing what Activision tells me to. You take it away from that and you go back to the attitude that the community had towards Treyarch back during Call of Duty World at War, back in the day, when Treyarch was the underdog, because you're talking to someone, that person is talking to you, and yeah, it's a human interaction. This is
the same company that came to my apartment, by the way.
Exactly. Like these are, there's fantastic
They've done it before.
They've done it before. And
they've done it, yeah.
They need to realize that by starting those conversations, they can get people rooting for them again. Because that's completely gone. All the trust is gone. But if they just dropped the corporate, like, Activision facade, if they dropped the shield and just said, honestly, all right, we're sorry, help us, guys. Help us help you. If they came out and did that, things would be amazing. They would be so good. But instead, we get Jason going, cheers, I eat human flesh. We messed up for one sentence. He says, we messed up, but don't worry, a map's coming out in 12 hours during Dead of the Night. Like, we literally had that stupid a turnaround in marketing to map release. And we've literally had, for 4 months, all of this, like, talking in riddles almost. Not knowing when things are going to be dated, not knowing what is even going to be releasing when, right? And if they just dropped all of that, which I know is never gonna really happen because clearly it's a systemic problem at the company and Activision or whatever, right? But if they could just get past that and start actually talking to people, life would be good. It would be so good.
But I do want to say, though, Milo, like what they just did today though is a great start to that.
Yeah. Did you hear what Vaughn was saying as well?
I didn't watch that bit.
Right at the end, Vaughn was saying, like, he basically did exactly what I'm just asking them to do, except he did it for Blackout and I guess a little bit MP, but mainly Blackout, because that's what he's working on right now, right? He basically said, I am working really hard to get on camera more often and to keep talking to you guys because the most important thing is that we can continue to communicate and continue to talk about all of these things, and that I'm open and honest about what I'm working on so that you guys stay in the loop. And it's so good.
That's amazing.
It's so good that that's his outlook and that he's saying that on camera in the stream today, but where's Jason saying that? It's just not happening, right?
Did you see Tony talking on stream as well for great. MP?
Yep.
Yeah, Tony was awesome. Yep. Like he was talking about all the feedback that they got on certain things. Like I'm not I'm not really like a huge MP guy nowadays, but I mean he was being very direct about the things that they were doing and changes. Granted, again, this is on only one live stream after a couple of months. They need to do this more often. Like they really do.
When was the last stream? But, it was like DLC.
It was Dead of the Night. It was Dead of the Night. It's the last stream, I'm pretty sure.
That is insane. How during Black Ops 3 they had weekly dev streams, literally weekly dev streams. Yeah, they streamed like either every week or every other week, talking with most often the MP devs, but they had devs from all over the company during Black Ops 3. They were hosted by Scott. What was his name?
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I remember now.
You remember?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, all they got to do is I think just a big part is like the chat is saying as well. I think a lot of people would agree. A big part of it is just communication and just increasing that communication further.
Yep.
And just do more streams talking to the community, directly talk to the community about the problems that are going on. People will respect that 100%. If you admit any mistake, you're like you're just seen as more like personal and more like truthful, and you just have your respect goes up 100. Like if you admit any mistake that's happened, or just admit that, hey, maybe things aren't going the best way in the community right now, that people would respect that so much. And just like we saw today with saying the Ether storyline stuff is coming, I never thought I'd hear them actually confirm what the DLC maps would be from here on out, but they literally did that on stream, and you could see already people are excited. Like there is excitement back for that. Like there really is. And that was like one sentence. Like they could do, if they keep that going and keep on going further the communication, they can turn it around, man. I'm telling you.
Right. Perfect example is the perk, right? I'm pretty sure they said the perk was releasing in January, right? We're now 3 weeks into February. Perk's not out yet, all right? That's not a big deal. I don't care that the perk's not out yet that much because I'm not playing the game, admittedly. But if they just said, we didn't want to release the perk, it wasn't ready, or we wanted to release it with some other stuff, or anything, if they acknowledged it and just said, hey, here's a thing, here's what we're doing about it, people would feel like they cared a bit more. But anyway, this is enough conversation about
Dude,
what Treyarch needs to do.
All the pent up emotion, man.
Dude, literally, like, it's because
we care, dude. It's literally like,
right. It's because I want this game to be as good as possible. I want to love Black Ops 4, and I was prepared to love Black Ops 4 from the beginning, but instead we got this mess, admittedly, and I'm just looking forward to a day, and I'm hopeful for a day when I am in love with this game. It hasn't happened yet. It hasn't come yet, but I'm hopeful for it. So what I want to say now is this is enough talk about this, because last year I let myself get way too caught up in being like, Treyarch needs to do this, Treyarch needs to do that, and then they would just never deliver on it, and I'd be like, well, this feels terrible. So I'm going to wrap the stream up here. Thank you, JC, for joining me. It's been a pleasure, lad.
Sorry, I just had a lot of emotion. I just had to. I got excited, man. I got excited with the communication. Like honestly, it made me happy.
It's nice to have them talking to us. It's just that we still need more Treyarch. So
need more.
I'm gonna mute up for a sec, Brad. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna wrap things up here. Please drop a like. I would like to see a thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up on the stream. That would be fantastic. I'm gonna quickly shout out all the people that have donated in the last hour or so. And then I'm going to get working on making a video talking about Zombies Season 2 and all the other things that are basically kind of in the works and that got talked about today, okay? So I'm going to get to donations now because I had the notifications off when they were too loud during the stream itself. So it looks like Unfair Society said cheers, Hookset said love you, Edman says a wild Edman appears. Baby Slice said meatball sandwich, marinara sauce, and jalapenos. Damn, that sounds pretty good. Hell yeah. I was asking people their favorite food at the start of the stream, lads. Maybe now you could tell me what your favorite drink is. What is your favorite drink? Okay. What's your favorite drink? Let's keep going. Unique says, please say hi, Salim. Oh, I got that one already. Perfect. Spicy says favorite anime. Oh, I already got that one already. Balthazar became a member. Welcome, Balthazar. Nick says, will Zombies Chronicles 2 revive zombies? No. Zombies Chronicles 1 wouldn't have revived zombies. That's not what we need to revive zombies right now, but I think me and JC kind of covered that already. Blake says, as a waffle warrior, I will kill all weaklings. Hey, no, weebs are fine, dude. We can leave them alone. It's all good. It's all good, bro. Miguel says, Milo says Treyarch always has trash audio, but he has a loud-ass mic. Hey, that's not my fault. That's just because Treyarch's volume was low, so my volume is high. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame me for Treyarch's mistakes, dude. But thank you, Miguel. Jamie says, no zombies trailer. I'm gonna neck myself. No, Jamie, we need you. Zoe became a member. Welcome, Zoe. I think I already said that while I was going through. Justin said, I think this is a nice step forward. I agree, dude. Definitely a good step forward, 100%. Best drink is Juggernog, says Colin in the chat. And Jonathan says that as well. Rip Jug, dude. Jug gone forever, bro. Mackers says, with Craig saying the team enjoyed the idea of 2 Chaos, 2 Ether, I've got a feeling that Ether will continue next season as well. Yeah, no, I agree, 100%. And Mackers then said, our donor notifications are working. Sorry, bro, I had them paused. I wanted to make sure that people were able to watch the stream without too much interruption earlier on. Mike said, a map with memorable wonder weapons like Origins, that would be cool, but again, memorable wonder weapons can only last for so long. You can only play Origins so many times, right? Live stream more, bro. Thank you, Ralto Man. Hey, how's it going, Ralto Man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. It's been a little while. And yeah, I really should stream more. Phoenix says they need to add basic stuff like Newton's cookbook. I think that is coming. And leaderboard support should be coming soon, so hopefully that'll tick some of your boxes there, bro. Mackers with a 5 said, guarantee Ether will continue next season. Yeah, for sure. Niall became a member. Welcome, Niall. Harvey said the season pass should have stayed. What do you mean by should have stayed? Because we still do have the Black Ops pass. So, I'm not 100% exactly what you mean by that. Werewolf Gaming donated 5. Thank you. Niall said they need to stray away from the Overwatch feel for the game. They're lacking the OG COD feel. Personally, I think that there's nothing too Overwatchy about it right now. It's just that they need to communicate more. I think that's the core problem, ultimately. Access says, where is leaderboards? I think that the game would be helped by them in a big way. Side note, I have 300 wins in Rush. I would have 500, but I just don't care anymore. Dang. Big player. Holy moly, that's a lot. Jesus, dude. Hell yeah. Colton with a 5 said, Treyarch is having problems with Activision. Maybe, but also I think that people call Activision the boogeyman really often, when honestly they're not actually that bad. Like, I think that genuinely part of it is just on Treyarch. They just have to take responsibility for that. It's probably a mix of like Activision doing some things and Treyarch doing others. But I don't think it's fair to say it's only Activision. And then Demonic says, Activision is literally chokeholding Treyarch and you're walking up to them and punching them in the gut. All you do is bring negativity to the community. I get things need to be fixed because of your impact, you're killing them. Again, Demonic Lol, I cannot disagree with you more. I genuinely cannot disagree with you more, man. I am not killing this game. Alright? Because I am just saying the same things that you guys are saying to me. Right? I'm a mouthpiece for a lot of your opinions and a lot of the community's feelings about the game, as well as my own opinions, right? And my opinions are that there's been a lot of problems with the game. And just because Activision is literally chokeholding Treyarch, which you have no evidence for, by the way, just because of that, doesn't mean that I can't come out and be negative and be truthful when I'm being negative and say what I think is broken. Because as Jason has said to me, personally, Jason Blundell, the freaking studio head, co-studio head at Treyarch, he has said to me personally that what he wants me to do when I think that there's something wrong with the game is he wants me to communicate it in videos, okay? He wants me to do that. So all you do is bring negativity to the community is literally what Jason has asked me to do, as it makes his job easier in fixing the game. Alright, so it's not me just killing them here. It's not me doing that. And also, it's not Activision literally chokeholding Treyarch. That is just not a thing, right? It is a much more nuanced situation than that. I think you have to really look into it a bit more deeply, Demonic Lol. Harvey said the season pass is more concrete, I reckon. I don't know what you mean. Black Ops Pass, Season Pass, like, they're more or less the same sort of thing, no? Miguel da Silva says, what was Black Ops 3 like at this point in the cycle? Well, we just had DE. That was a fantastic map. Leading up on through to Zetsbo at this point. You're curious if Black Ops 4 is still just as fun to play as Black Ops 3 is? Well, DE was one of the greatest maps of all time, so it's not comparable. Dead of the Night, no one even really knew it was coming out, so big difference there. Big difference. Christian Dyer says, don't play victim, bro. Huh?
Hi, guys.
Don't play victim? This guy is telling me that I am killing Treyarch, and I'm responding to it. That's all. Ricky says, community echoes big content creators. Play the game more. No, I don't like the game. Why? Like, I don't have an obligation to the game. They're not paying me. I should not have to, like, sacrifice my own honesty just to force myself to play a game that I don't like and then pretend that it's only good. Like, I gotta be honest. Last year, like JC is the sort of person where he's very positive about everything, right? All that he says is positive, or at least he tries to go in that direction, right? He likes only being positive, okay? So last year, he was saying all these positive things, and people were giving him crap for it because he was being positive, but there were so many issues with the game, and he was just cherry-picking the good things, right? And eventually, it wore him down, and he got to the point where he was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't be in this community, this ingrained, trying to play the game this much, because it's a completely toxic environment because of the issues the game has, causing the community to flare up in the way that they are. You've got to be honest about what's good and what's bad. It's part of life. You have to be adult about it, and you have to be able to say things are not good when they're not good.
Hi, guys.
It's really not a question of only being negative all the time or only being positive. I was very positive about the 9 Gauntlet that happened like weeks ago, right? Literally weeks ago. I was really positive about that because I liked it. It was fun. But people come to me and they're like, oh, you're only negative. It's like, sorry, whose videos are you watching? Yes, I'm negative when there's reason, but yes, I'm positive when there's reason. Like, a lot of people I genuinely feel are just too young to understand that there is nuance to my opinion. Like, it's so not black and white, but people try and paint it that way so often. It drives me insane. Colton says, what are you looking forward to in the future? I'm looking forward to Treyarch opening a dialogue at some point. At some point. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I hope so. I really hope so. Jaden says, Ether story should stay for 10 to 20 more years. Jaden, you're crazy, man. It's got to end at some point. In 20 years' time, you're not going to give a damn about Richtofen. 20 years is so long, dude. I've been in this community for 10 years, okay? I've literally been making videos since World at War. And let me tell you, Chief, I ain't going another 10 years only caring about Richtofen and his merry band of zombie slayers. It's just not happening, all right? Deary me. You really are an ether dick rider if you want Treyarch to milk a dead story for another decade, says Jaden Waga. Sorry, mate. Oh, no, not says Jaden Waga, sorry, says Santino King. Sorry, mate, but just saying someone is an ether dick rider if they want another another decade of zombies is, again, painting a conversation that is nuanced with either a black or a white brush, but nothing in between. All right, I get that it's YouTube chat. I get that people in YouTube chat don't really have sort of adult conversations about things with complex opinions and respecting the other person, but you don't need to call someone a dick rider just for liking the ether story. Like, I can disagree. I can say respectfully, I don't think you're going to care about ether in 10 years, as I just literally did, but you don't need to call him a dick rider. You don't need to call it a dead story. Like, come on, man. People just aren't, okay, chat's getting really, really disrespectful right now, so I'm just going to wrap the stream up here, man. People are being really childish, genuinely. I look forward to the day when this community grows up a little bit, honestly. I'm looking forward to it just a little bit, because there's a lot of great people in the chat right now, but there are a couple of people that are also saying these things that are just trying to whip up this weird, I don't know even what. So, Harvey O'Neill says 10 years of Extinction and Ghosts 2. That's the only thing that I can agree on in this entire stream. I think that we can all agree on that in chat as well. So,
hi, guys.
On that note, Jesus Christ. This really went in a direction I did not expect it to. On that note, let's just quickly... There we go. There it is. All right, on that note, I've been Jason Blundell. Thank you for watching the stream, everybody. If you could just, drop a like, that would be great. Give me a thumbs up real quick. I love you all so much. I'm going to blow you a kiss. Mwah. A kiss for you. Mwah. A kiss for you. All right? Okay, look, he's even got the headset on. There it is. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been MrRoflWaffles. Drop a like on the stream if you've enjoyed. And hopefully, I will see you very soon in some Positive Zombies streams. Maybe tomorrow for the new perk.
Hi, guys.
see you guys very soon. Thanks, Pros and Vane, for that 5 to wrap things up. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, bros.